Hello, I'm Tom Wheeler. I'm a visiting fellow here at the Brookings Institution, which is a great place to be for a person like me who's just left the FCC and trying to still be able to relate to what's going on in policy circles. The open internet rule makes sure that the most important network of the 21st century is open and available to everybody and not controlled by just a handful of companies. You know, the reality that we face is that more than half of American consumers don't have any choice when it comes to signing up for internet service. And in that kind of a situation, the monopolists get to make the rules. And so the open internet rule says, now wait a minute, we think that there ought to be some oversight and that there ought to be a referee on the field. The companies that provide access to the internet obviously would prefer to be unregulated. And it's interesting, it's actually about four companies. Four companies, cable and telephone companies, provide 3/4 of the access to the internet for American consumers. They would obviously like to be able to make the rules themselves. And that's probably one of the most important reasons why there needs to be an open internet rule and there needs to be a referee on the field. It's important to recognize that the open internet rule is today the law of the land. And consumers are protected by that rule. And that if Congress or the Trump FCC takes the rule away, consumers will lose protections that exist for them today. For instance, if you want your internet access to begin to be like your cable television access, then get rid of the rule. Because the cable companies, who are the largest providers of internet access, will be able to behave in just the same way. They'll pick what you see, they'll pick what you pay, they'll pick what you have to pay extra to get an extra service. And what the open internet rule says is no. The internet is open. Access to the internet is available to everybody. And that is an important principle that needs to stay in place because that network is going to define what happens in the 21st century. Congress has an important role in this entire exercise, and one of those is oversight. And I'm chuckling because what the Republican members of Congress used to frequently say to me when I was chairman of the FCC was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the reality with the open internet rule is that it has been successful in protecting consumers, in stimulating innovation, in providing good returns for those who provide internet service. Things ain't broke. And so Congress has a role to play to oversee what goes on at the FCC, but it ain't broke, so it ain't necessary to be fixed.